what the airline will do is look at all of the companies that have upgradable discounted seats available for the dates that you want to fly, okay? But here's the thing, you're going to be paying part cash and part miles, okay? Part cash and part miles, so that's what you ask for. Now, the approximate cost when you decide to book a flight using part miles and part cash, the cash part is approximately £1,200, okay? So you pay that on your credit card. Now you're paying part miles. Now the great thing about this is part miles now, do you remember when we were talking earlier on that it's going to cost you 100,000 air miles to fly, return, two of you, London to Los Angeles, 100,000 air miles. Well, because you're paying part and part, you can effectively halve that now. It's only costing you 50,000 air miles, okay? So you pay £1,200 plus 50,000 miles and you ask for 2 upgrades, okay? You're going to hold that for 72 hours, so you can do that. Now, again, now when we look at it back on our chart here, okay, you phone up now Marriott Rewards, and because now you are part cash and part points, you only need a package of 50,000 miles. Category 7 hotel of 50,000 miles is 260,000 Marriott Reward points. Remember before we needed 100,000, which was 310, okay? Now we're halving that, so it's 260,000 air miles that you're going to need. That's inclusive of 7 nights in a Category 7 hotel. That's the package that you buy, okay? So this is what happens now. You're paying your £1,200, okay, for your flights, which are upgradable, and you've upgraded them into business or upper class, plus your 260,000 Marriott Reward points, okay? So that's now giving you 2 times upper class tickets upgraded, plus your 7 nights in a Category 7 hotel. It's only cost you 260,000 Marriott Reward points plus £1,200. Absolutely amazing. I mean, if we look at what the cost is before, of £13,517, which it would have normally cost you to do the business class travel, if we reduce the £1,200 that you've paid and we take that off of the 14,000, you know, your 260,000 Marriott Reward points actually equates to £13,416. So you've saved an absolute fortune there, okay? So that's a lot of money that you've saved. If we look at that in regards to what you're actually doing holiday-wise over the next 3 or 4 years, I can show you that by doing this, it's going to save you an absolute fortune. Now, I know that you've got your 2-bedroom gold in Paris. You've also got your silver week, your 2-bedroom silver week in Marbella, and you've got your 2-bedroom gold week in Playa. So let's look next year to 2019. Now, I know that you said to me earlier on, with your gold week in Paris, that you like to take every other year 110,000 points, and then also you love to go to Florida every other year as well. Now, this is great, and this is going to work out to perfect of what we've been talking about earlier on. This is how it's going to fit into place for you. So let's say next year, 2019, you take your 110,000 Marriott Reward points. Perfect, okay? Then in 2020, you're now going to go to Florida, but you've got your gold in Paris. Remember earlier on when we were talking about your TDI scale of 150. So, for example, if you booked week number 22 and then put it in for exchange with Interval International, you get a TDI of 150, which is ensuring you're going to have the top-notch exchange the next time you go to Florida. Then 2021, you're going to take your 110,000 points again, and 2022, back off you go to Florida with that fabulous 150 TDI. Then your silver week in Marbella, you told me next year you'd like to exchange that and go to Portugal, okay? So that'll be a nice nice exchange for you as well. And then what you do in 2020, you'd like to take your 75,000 Marriott reward points, okay? 2021, you'd like to exchange again and go somewhere like Greece. And then 2022, you're going to go and take your 75,000 Marriott reward points again. And last but not least, your Gold Weekend player, you get a good amount of points for that, Marriott reward points. So you're going to take your 100,000 Marriott reward points every year for that. So if we look here, next year, once you've done your exchange to Portugal, calculating your gold in Paris and your gold in player, you're going to have 220,000 Marriott reward points to play with, okay? In 2020, you've done your exchange to Florida, you're going to have 175,000 points to play with. In 2021, you're going to do your exchange again to Greece, and you're going to have 220,000 points to play with. And then in 2022, you're going to do your exchange once again to Florida that you love, and you're going to have then a total again of 175,000 points. There's a bit of a pattern coming along here. So looking at what you've got totaled up every single year, considering we need 260,000 Marriott reward points to do the upgradable package that we went through earlier on, you're falling short pretty much every year. So that would mean that unless you carried points over, okay, pretty much every other year, you would be able to maybe do one of those upgradable flights in the package that we were talking about. So you're falling short of points a little bit. Now, what some of my members do is they get themselves what's called a points accumulator. Have you ever heard of a points accumulator before? Okay, what that does basically is it gives you an accumulation of points, extra points, on top of what you're already doing every single year. In fact, it'll give you an additional 110,000 Marriott reward points every single year, okay, with this points accumulator. So it's not going to stop doing what you're already doing, it's just going to add to it. But the great thing is this, if we put the points accumulator now on top of the points that you've got already every single year, 2019 now is going to give you a total of 330,000 Marriott reward points. Well, that's well enough for the package that we were talking about earlier on and being able to upgrade your seats and your flights, okay? 330,000 points. Just to give you an example, because I know that you said to me that one of your dream holidays is to go to Hawaii, and you'd love to do that in the next couple of years. Well, in 2019, next year, that will in fact give you 9 nights, not 7, but it will give you actually 9 nights in the Category 7 hotel, plus 2 tickets upper class to Hawaii. So what a wonderful way to fly. That'll be fantastic for you. That would be equivalent, of course, that we were looking at earlier on, of the 13,000 that it would normally cost you for those upgraded seats. So you're saving an absolute fortune there. Now, 2020, the good thing about this is I know that you go to Florida and you go there for a week on the exchange, but you said really you'd love to go there for 2 weeks. Well, this again is how this points accumulator can work, because what you can do now with the extra 110,000 points is once again get your 7 nights in your Category 7 hotel, so you could do your week in Orlando, you can then go down and do your week in Miami, which you've always wanted to do, but then again, you can go and fly it there upper class, okay? And that's going to give you an additional 7 nights. So now you've got your 2 weeks, you're going there anyway, so it's going to give you your 2 weeks in Florida, but you're going to be flying there in luxury, okay? Again, equivalent of £13,416 if you're actually paying that physical cash, okay? So 2021, you're going to have your exchange in Greece, because you want to do that anyway. Your additional 110,000 Marriott reward points is again giving you up to 330,000 Marriott reward points with your points accumulator. That trip to Thailand that you were telling me about earlier on, well, where you can do an additional 9 nights in Thailand Category 7 hotel, plus you're flying their upper class. Again, a nice bit of luxury for you. And finally, 2022, you're going to do your exchange in Florida again, because you're doing that anyway. But remember, you've always got that TDI, how I've shown you to do it earlier on, of 150. So every time you do that exchange, you're going to have a top-notch hotel, top-notch resort to go to. Okay, your additional 7 nights from your points accumulator, 7 nights Category 7 hotel, and your 2 upper class seats again. The great thing about this is I've just done 4 holidays for you over the next 4 years that you're kind of going to be doing anyway, okay? But flying there in style and getting yourself some extra holidays out of it. The savings are phenomenal, and this is only just 4 years. If you calculate the last 4 years or the next 4 years that you're going to be doing that, you're going to be saving a whopping nearly £54,000. That's what it would cost you if you were actually flying upper class or business class and paying with the cash. Okay, Colin, so that's kind of what I've got up to so far. I have got all of the pitches and everything that we were doing last time, but what I've decided to do is kind of do it verbally, so I can send it to you and you can kind of have a look yourself and see where the mistakes are, and see where things can be worded differently, of course. I haven't done any pricing or anything like that yet. I'm going to leave that to the next step. So hopefully it's giving you a bit of an idea about what I've got in my head at the moment and what could be made better, giving you an idea about that it's going in, so to speak. So I'm going to send this lot to you now. And then if you could just kind of let me know, whenever really, how you can kind of, make it different, however you want to do it. Okay, cheers, bye.